Hi, everybody. Welcome to our unusual Tuesday Facebook Live. Not a usual time for us, but we're going to give you a minute to jump on and hope that you're jumping on. As I promised, our friend Desiree, we rescheduled for our Nulo talk because you unfortunately couldn't make it the day that we had scheduled for you, and we're so glad to have you.
Thank you.
And we're going to be talking all about Nulo, kind of how it all began, and about the story about Nulo, and about the products that we carry. And I'm looking to my side because I have our boxes this month, our Bonafactor and our Generosity boxes. And they're so cool. You sponsored them this month and stocked them full of goodness from Nulo. It's just a great way to try out the product. So I will share the link in just a little bit on our Facebook Live about where you can purchase those on our website and share with everybody. We just have a couple left. And so if you want to subscribe to these boxes, of course, we have one every month, but Nulo's is for March. So we have just a short bit of time left to be able to share boxes with you guys. So without further ado, let's get started and start talking about Nulo. Desiree, let us know how it began. Let us know where the Nulo story began.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for having me first. I'm happy to be here and talk about Nulo with everyone. So the story behind Nulo, Michael Landa, our founder, he ran one of the largest pet sitting services out in LA. He has a biomedical background. So when he noticed an uptick in having to hire vet techs to give insulin injections to a lot of the pets they were sitting, he started to look into why these pets had diabetes in the first place. And at that time, it was when they were feeding a lot of high carb diets, which was causing this epidemic. So he started looking further into the food, and he decided, well, I could create something better that's going to have better nutrition for the pets. So he founded Nulo. And so Nulo's been around for around 10 years or so now. And our nutritional platform is high meat, low carb, low glycemic ingredients, and we also include a patented probiotic in our kibble.
And so let's talk about carbohydrates. I think there's a misnomer that if you get a grain-free diet, that grain-free diets don't have carbohydrates in there. And that's not the case. They just have a different kind of carbohydrate, but all kibbles do have carbohydrates of some level in them. They have to. And let's talk about why they have to.
So kibble, it needs our carbohydrate to bind together to make the little piece of kibble. So when we're talking about grain-free or grain-inclusive, it's really the carbohydrates that we want to look at. And with that, the carbohydrates we're using are low glycemic carbs. So a lot of those high glycemic carbs, which are potato and rice, things like that, we're using sweet potato, lentils, quinoa, oatmeal, very low glycemic ingredients. And when you have those high glycemic ingredients, they turn into high sugar. So that's where you get that glucose spike, the insulin spike, and that's where you then get a crash. And with that, you start to see pets who become overweight, or you see crazy energy levels in puppies. So that is the reason behind using low glycemic carbs.
And so really good for animals who either are potentially on the course to become diabetic or already diabetic, a great diet to feed because it is low glycemic. And so it'll keep those sugar levels a lot more consistent instead of adding to it.
Yes.
So, one of the things I love about Nulo is kind of this motto to mix it up. And you guys have done a lot of videos and a lot of encouragement on YouTube and on social media to really mix it up and mix up the bowl. And so let's talk about that, the great basis of your different kibbles. So let's talk about your kibbles first and the different dry foods you have available.
Yep. So we have a couple different lines to offer, something for everybody. But we do have our grain-free line that's freestyle. And with that is the line that we first initially started with. And then we also have just introduced Challenger to your store, which is a grain inclusive. Across all of our kibble, we're still high meat, low carb, low glycemic. We also have that probiotic in there. So with the freestyle, you're not going to have any chicken protein, any beef protein. And with the Challenger line, you're going to have several different sources of protein, and also you're going to have certified organic ancient grains in there. And then with the Challenger line, the packaging is also part of a TerraCycle program. So there's a couple different differences there. And then we also have a couple other lines. We have Frontrunner, which is another grain inclusive, and then we also have under the Freestyle our Limited Plus line, which is an LID. So a single source protein recipe for anyone who might have any allergies to a certain protein or ingredient.
Okay. And next up, I think what we'll talk about, these things that I really like. Let me grab a sample of one down in here. Your pouches, your little meaty pouches.
Yep.
Here's a good example. This is coming out of the Bonafactor box. So you guys have some great pouches that work as wonderful toppers for your kibble.
Yep. So the meaty pouches are very simple ingredients. They're going to be about 5 ingredients or less.
Yeah, I was going to say this one is 4 ingredients. So cool.
Yep. So they are supposed to be used as a topper or a side dish. They're not complete and balanced. They have hand-shredded meats in them and vegetables. So very clean. Everything that's on there that's it. I think that one's probably beef and kale.
Yeah, I was going to say there's the ingredient list right there. Beef, beef broth, beef liver, and kale.
Yep.
Very simple ingredient deck.
Mm-hmm. Very simple, very clean. You can actually see the meats and the proteins and the vegetables that are in them. And then any picky eaters, that's a great topper to add and mix into the kibble. And it just enhances the flavor. And we have 6 different flavors in the meaty pouches. So you can kind of customize their meals and mix it up.
Oh, Aurora, she was trying to break into this pouch until she got distracted by the 4-legged visitor to the store. Yeah, no, I love these and I love using them as toppers. And one of the most common things that I hear customers come in and say is, my pet's really bored with their kibble, so I think I just need to switch to another kibble. And I'll say, well, there's nothing wrong with switching up kibble. There's nothing wrong with rotating the kibble that you feed. I definitely am a proponent for that. However, why not add something exciting to your pet's diet? And they'll say, well, I don't want to add canned because I don't want to get in the habit. Like, why not get in that habit? This is a great habit to have for your pet because you're adding something fresh, adding something with a lot more moisture content so that your pet's getting moisture with their diet. So this is a great way to jazz up that bowl of kibble and make it a lot more exciting for your pet. And an easier way too, you do this, you can rotate out the base if you want, but you can just rotate through different pouches, and that's the way you can present different amino acids for your pet.
Yep, absolutely. And you're adding more meat to the bowl, more flavor, and you're also adding more moisture to the bowl because there's not a lot of moisture in kibble. So it is good to rehydrate. Hydration is overlooked a lot of times. So adding the added moisture and meat just is better nutrition overall. And then with the meaty pouches, since we have warmer weather coming soon, you can actually freeze those and you could put a carrot stick or a bully stick in one of those, freeze it, and it makes a cute little popsicle.
A great little added treat for out in the afternoon when it's really hot outside. Well, and I should add, I mean, we're talking about what's in the dog bowl, but you guys do have pouches in the cat variety as well.
Yes.
So kind of everything we're talking about today, there is a cat component, and I'll share some of the cat things as well when I open up the cat box. You guys do have cans. I'm going to grab this can real quick. And this is more of a pate type can. Yes.
Yep, our cans are pate, very high in meat. Again, you're adding more moisture to their diet, and our cans are very palatable. So the pets love the flavors and the textures of them.
And this is a complete diet. So if you were feeding a pet a canned diet only, this would be considered a complete diet, unlike the pouches.
Right.
So the cans are complete. And then one other moisture ability you guys have are the stews.
Yes. Our Challenger stews are human grade, so you can even eat them, but they do have organic ancient grains in there, real chunks of meat and vegetables, and those are complete and balanced as well. So they can also be used as a meal or a side dish or a topper.
And let's talk about the added taurine.
Mhm.
That's one of the reasons that we included them in our box last month was for the additional heart support. So talk a little bit about the added taurine to these.
Yeah, we have added taurine to a lot of our products just to help with any DCM concerns or taurine concerns. So with our Challenger line, we do have added guaranteed levels of taurine in there to support a healthy heart.
Good. Let me see if I can find it. We'll do this layer next. Freeze dried. So, you've got your basic kibble, you have your little meaty topper, then you crumble up some freeze dried on top, which makes it really delectable. So, freeze dried raw. Let's talk about your freeze dried.
Yes, I love our freeze dried. Our freeze dried is the first to have the guaranteed probiotic in there. So if anyone is concerned about digestibility or immunity support, we have the probiotic in our freeze dried and kibble. So that's a unique call out. And the pieces are actually soft enough where you can crumble them as a dust over the kibble, or they can be used as, just a regular nugget. And they can also be used as a treat. They are complete and balanced, so they can be used as a meal. And then, or you can just sprinkle a couple pieces over the kibble, rehydrated, of course, and it's a topper.
Yeah, and first I'll touch on, you mentioned about rehydrating. Very important to rehydrate freeze-dried raw. And we recommend that with any brand of freeze-dried product, but freeze-dried raw, definitely rehydrate it. You guys have an excellent rehydrator. I will tell a really quick funny story about your freeze-dried. So we've had these samples back in the office when we're getting ready to pack these boxes, getting everything ready, and Aurora Rose kept going. And all of a sudden I looked down and she'd have another bag of freeze-dried ripped up underneath the desk, chewing it all up and eating the little freeze-dried inside. She's quite a fan, and she's mastered getting into every bag. So and when we, not too long ago, you did some gifts for the staff, and she kept robbing bags. I had to move all the bags out of the office because she kept robbing them of everything. Next thing I know, she's got a bag of treats dragged out. She definitely is quite a fan of Nulo. She was taste testing everything. I know it's just quality control, but she was sure that it was all for her.
Yeah.
So we love the freeze dried. And as we're talking about rehydrating, one of the wonderful things you guys have is your bone broth, which is also down in the March box. And this would be the last thing you would add on top to help rehydrate your freeze dried and add more moisture to the meals so that they have an even better level of pet nutrition. And so talk a little bit about your bone broth, and tell them a little bit more about what's coming out.
Yeah, absolutely. So our bone broths, we have 3 different flavors for them right now: turkey, chicken, and beef. But they're slow simmered for 48 hours, and they're full of chondroitin and just overall moisture. So they're great for rehydrating kibble, for freeze dried. They're great as a side dish, just to encourage more hydration and drinking more. And so our bone broths are one of our most popular items. But those are single serve. So you can actually split them up. A lot of people do like a morning and a night. But we do have some 20-ounce bone broths coming soon. So a much larger size, and those are going to last you a long time. So this is a great starter just to try out different flavors and to kind of see what your pet likes. But our bone broths do really well. You can actually freeze those too and make kind of like a popsicle.
Well, Aurora wants you to know she likes them all. She's poked holes in just about every flavor there is. And I'll look down and she's sprung a leak and is drinking bone broth from the pouch. So yes, she has been quite the quality control for this Nulo box. But it is great. And even if you don't add the meaty pouch, though we encourage you to do that, or add the freeze dried, even if you're just feeding kibble and adding bone broth, that is doing a step towards giving your pet better nutrition. You're getting the glucosamine and chondroitin that come from good bone broth and great joint support for your pet. So this is it in its natural form. We talk about how important joint support is, and this is a great thing to give for that joint support. Let me pull out. You guys have some other really cool products. Is there anything else that we didn't maybe cover about the pet food lines that you'd like to make sure we touch on? Maybe let's talk a little bit about the offerings you have for cat.
Yeah, absolutely. Cat is very similar to what we offer for dog. Cat, we have our freestyle kibble line, which is again our grain-free. And in our kibble, we do include miscant grass, which is great for fiber. So our kibble, again, very palatable, very great for digestion. It has that probiotic in there again, high meat, low carb. And then cat, we also offer freeze dried. We offer the meaty pouch toppers, and the bone broths are good for both cat and dog. So those are our offerings that we have as far as food. But we also have our hydrate, if you'd like to pull that out.
Yeah, let me find that. I just saw it a minute ago. It's in here. Hidden it from myself. Here it is. Stop. Here you go. This is a new product from Nulo. And there's one down in every box of Nulo, every Bonafactor and Generosity box this month. Super cool product. So, and I know I was talking to Curdy the other day who works here, and she says her dogs go crazy for this. So it looks very familiar. You may have seen like a human similar product. So let's talk a little bit more about how you're to use this product.
Yeah. So our hydrate is really cool. It's the first on the market water enhancer for dogs. So it does look like a little Mio, which is the human version of water flavoring. But we have 4 flavors for hydrate: beef, chicken, pork, and lamb. And so with the hydrate, essentially it is just flavored, and it's full of electrolytes, vitamins, and minerals. So it can be used as like a recovery drink in a way. So if you have really active dogs, and you need them to recover and hydrate quickly, you just take the hydrate bottle, you shake it up, you just put a couple squirts into the water bowl, and then they drink it. And so we do have the different flavors just to help with the pet and, customization, offering them, something fun and enriching.
Right.
And it's also great for pets who might not drink as much plain water. So if you flavor it a little bit, they might be more likely to drink more. So right now, those are for dogs. We do have flavors coming out soon.
Very cool. Well, and I can think of 1,000 different reasons to flavor a pet's water to encourage water drinking, but I can think of seniors who maybe are losing their sense of smell a little bit and those kind of things, maybe not drinking as much water as they need, having some kidney issues. It's a great way to encourage them to drink more water and get more moisture, but also pets who maybe have gone on a hike with you and need to recover a little bit more with the electrolytes, and the vitamin B is great for that kind of support. So yeah, really cool product. And like I said, Curdy, who works here, was telling me that her dogs go crazy for the hydrate. So very exciting new product. You can find that here on our shelves. And then we have our treats. We've got jerky treats here. These are in the box as well, and training treats. So let's talk a little bit more about your treats.
Yeah. So our jerky treats, we have a few different flavors, but they're 4-inch strips, and the actual jerky is soft enough where you can break it up into smaller pieces. So I think, that's really important for some people. I've seen a lot of jerky it tends to be tougher and harder. So I really like the texture of our jerky. And it has also fruit pairings, and you can actually visibly see some of the fruits that are in the jerky strips. And then also, our jerky strips are, again, the first to have the probiotic in there. So great for digestion and immunity as well.
This is the salmon and strawberry. But again, I love it because it's a really, let me see if I can get up there, a really, really limited ingredient list, which is always nice when you can look at it and pronounce everything that's in it.
Yep, very clean, no added sugars. Overall, a great healthy treat.
So if somebody wants to know why it has distilled vinegar in it, I think that's a great point to talk about. Talk a little bit about the addition of the vinegar in the treats.
Yeah, the vinegar is just great added. I believe we do keep it in there. I think it can be also used as a preservative. So it helps with the shelf life of the jerky strips. But we do have the vinegar in there, and it just pairs well with the fruit and the jerky. So just overall added nutrition for the pets.
Yeah, and it does allow, I know many products are adding vinegar these days because they found that it does add to the shelf life without having to add additional preservatives. So it allows not to have to add all of the additional preservatives. And then in this particular, I have salmon in both of these, but these are the training treats, which are a nice small size. Oops. I don't know if I can get up there. Nice, really small size with just 2 kcals per treat, which that's a pretty good size treat for 2 kcals.
Yes. They are soft and chewy. So those are great for, a training session or training puppies, or if you do have a pet who might be a little bit overweight but loves treats, those are a great option because they are very low calorie.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I know you guys, and I should have pulled it up. You guys have a lot of great videos out there, different chefs on TV making meals for their pets out of the Nulo products. And I love those videos. So if anybody is a YouTube fan, go to YouTube and search for the Nulo videos, because those are really, really cool ways to learn how to make meal times fun and engaging for your pets. And I'll tell you, it shouldn't be boring for your pet. They shouldn't be bored with their food, and they shouldn't just look at the bowl and look back up at you wondering what else you're going to drop and put on top of it. So we have lots of different ways that you can mix it up and make it exciting for them, so that every meal they're going to wonder what's going to be in that bowl next.
Yeah, the mix-it meals are great. They're customizable. You're adding more meat to the bowl than just kibble. You're adding more hydration and moisture to the bowl. And so it's really great to see their face. And when you're pouring the bone broths or the meaty pouches on top of the kibble, the dogs and cats, they just go crazy for it. So it is fun to mix up flavors. With our meaty pouches, again, you can actually see the mussel that might be in there, or the pieces of shrimp that might be in there. So it just makes it more fun and engaging than just scooping kibble, putting it in a bowl, and putting it on the floor for them. So they love different offerings. They love variety. And I think that gets overlooked with our pets. So again, also with the water bowl, just mixing it up, and it's just overall better nutrition for them. And it makes it fun. It's enriching. So our mix-it meals are really great, and I'm happy to sponsor them this month.
Yeah, no, we're excited to have them. And I will say, I'll add this real quick, that we do have our Easter egg hunt. I know I had a customer ask me yesterday if we were doing our Easter egg hunts again this year, and we are. That is the quick answer. We do have them available in our subscription boxes. So if you haven't purchased a subscription box yet, you still can, and you will get an egg hunt. We posted a video of one of our customers, of a blind beagle, doing her Easter egg hunt around the house. Really cute. And it was a great video of her pulling each Nulo product product out and checking it out and kind of looking to see what her favorite item was going to be. But we love the box this month. We're super excited to share these products with everyone. And I will say we are going to be kind of running a little bit of a deal with our delivery orders starting later this week, where we will be sending home little gift bags to help you mix up your pet's meals. So if you order a kibble online this weekend, you're going to get a little gift bag. And it's going to contain some broth, some meaty meal pouch, and some freeze dried. And we're going to get all of that product to you so you can try it out with your pet and see what their reaction is. We'd love your feedback and love to know more. I will say that on the back of the samples that we'll send home, there is a nice little handy coupon so that if you do decide that your pet is in love with that, you can come back in and bring that coupon to us, and we'll be happy to hook you up, and your pet will be really happy to be hooked up. Aurora says definitely she gives her paw of approval. Natalie has said her baby loves Nulo, and customers have really loved it since we've added it, and we've certainly grown the line here because of customer demand. So the proof is in the pudding for these pets. They've definitely done well on Nulo, and we really appreciate the nutrition that it is bringing to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'll ask around. We have a few people with us. I'll see if anybody has questions briefly. Is there anything else that we should cover? Make sure that we review.
I mean, with Nulo, I've been a fan of Nulo for quite some time now. And you know, I do have some retail experience in the pet store. So I've always loved Nulo. It really is a great brand. Industry-leading nutrition, 5 stars on Dog Food Advisor, made in the USA, no recall history. So Nulo does really care about the nutrition of our pets and customization of mix-it meals. And it's a great brand. It's growing. So if anyone is interested in trying it out, and you want to come in and grab a free bag, I will 100% support that and honor that, just to get you to try it. And it is very palatable. Because of the high meat that's in it, it smells good. It's just overall better nutrition for them with the amino acids in the meat. So anyone that wants to try it, come on. I will support a free bag. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, good. Well, we love the support of Nulo and really trying to encourage the campaign of mixing it up. For those who don't follow us on Instagram, you definitely should go to our Instagram channel. We did a video this month, a reel, where we leveled up, and we had a lot of fun doing that cute little reel. And you should go to our Instagram page and check it out. It was a great staff recommendation to do that reel, and we went through it and had a lot of fun. And it's gotten viewed a lot of times, so we encourage you to go look at it. It'll give you the directions on how to level up your pet's bowl. And we are so thankful you joined us today, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. And to all of our customers who are interested in a subscription box, we will put the link in the comment field on this page where you can go on our website and purchase the subscription boxes. We have a few left for this month, and then April will be here before we know it. And we have some fun and exciting things going on for April as well, which there will be a little bit of a sample down in the bags or down in our boxes next month from Nulo. So we truly appreciate you being here with us, and we will talk to you soon.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.